Do you sometimes wish that you could turn back the hands of time so you can be a kid again? Now, I bet many of you guys enjoyed April Fool's Day yesterday, where you could act like a big kid and, now it's over. But you had 24 hours to do whatever you wanted and you'd get away with it, but now it's over. So you feel a little bit sad and you sometimes feel like your childhood passed by too quickly. But don't forget how great it is to be an adult. We have more control in our own lives. For example, we can buy whatever we want. That's always a good thing. We can eat whatever, whenever, and however we want. But now, instead of our parents yelling or scolding us, we can have our own bank accounts, have our own lives, have our own homes, do whatever we want. And also, our conscience will tell us that we'll look ridiculous the next day if you eat a bowl of ramyeon late at night. You get the puffy face in the morning. We get that from time to time. So if you're tired of listening to your own grown-up voice, let's listen to some sweet, innocent voices that make us feel pure and innocent. It's Vasquez with I Want You Back. That was I Want You Back, of course, the old Jackson 5 song, redone by Vasquez Sounds. What a great song. And you guys are now tuned into What's Poppin' with Brian Ju on TBS efm 101.3 in Seoul and its surrounding areas, GFN 98.7 in Gwangju, and 93.7 in Yeosu. Now, how do you get in contact with us? Pretty simple. Send us a text message to sharper pound 1013 for a charge of 51. Hit us up on Kakao Talk, but you have to add us, TBS EFM, as a plus friend. Also, Twitter at TBS What's Poppin'. Hit us up. Send all those tweets. And today we're live today, so please give us a call at 02-778-1013. Also, if you want to send us an email and, just say, what's up, B? And want to ask questions about our show or just let us know how we're doing, send it to efmpoppin@gmail.com. And if you're even curious about our playlist, come to our website, which is tbsefm.soul.kr/efm/what's poppin'. You can check out what we play and, the music that we want to, put on for you guys. And again, if you have any requests, please text us and call us today. But for now, today's pick. Now, we always have a dilemma on what we're going to choose for today's pick. So today, we're not going to do anything fun. Actually, it is fun if you think about it. Because the word for today is chemistry. Yes, and we're not talking about scientific stuff or, your chemistry class that you took in school that you almost failed. We're talking about the synergy, the romance, and the adrenaline that you feel with certain people. Now, chemistry is not just about, liking someone. Well, then, how do we define chemistry? Are there any symptoms of chemistry? Now, people most like to have rapid heartbeats or a sensation of excitement, but most of all, spontaneous smiles that we get without even knowing it. And if we didn't have this chemistry with someone, can we build one? What do you guys think? Let us know on Twitter. And of course, chemistry is not just between couples. It can be between, friends and family and even coworkers. So hit us up on Twitter, like I said, and let us know if you had any bad or wrong chemistry with someone or if you had a great one. We want to know exactly about your chemistry. But we're not talking about, how compatible you can be with somebody. Although, you could be very different, like they say, opposites attract. Compatibility is more often, the long-term potential between people, and it occurs when people have similar lifestyle choices and values. Whereas chemistry represents the emotion of connection, and it brings out the warm, fuzzy emotions that we all get and all the positive vibes that go on over and over again. And it's usually an immediate connection that you would feel by both parties. And this one is one of the reasons that sometimes we fall for the people that aren't even good for us. You ever get that way? You feel like the feelings are right, but in the end, you realize this is so wrong. So please let us know your stories on chemistry. And the song that we're going to play for you guys right now has some crazy chemistry between the people. Of course, I'm talking about my girl and my man in the group Carmen called Gasoline. That was Carmen with Gasoline. And of course, you guys know that we're talking about chemistry today. And this group, Carmen, definitely has great synergy between the two members. Now, this American pop duo is formed by Amy Heidman and Nick Noonan. They met each other while attending Berklee College of Music. Now, Carmen got popular, and everybody knows this because I've been following them up on YouTube as well because they covered songs on the internet called Chris Brown, Look at Me Now. And of course, Nicki Minaj, boom, 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 bass. She got that super bass. And then obviously, Ellen DeGeneres saw them online and said, you know what? Come on my talk show, The Ellen DeGeneres show. And that's when the duo's popularity grew rapidly. And people were going cray-cray watching their videos. And they had 2 million video views. And also the host of American Idol, Ryan Seacrest, posted their video on his own blog. Now, Rolling Stone named Carmen's lead singer, Amy, as the winner of the Woman Who Rocks contest. So this group definitely represents a new way to promote their music. Instead of sending demo tapes to big companies and going to audition stuff and all that good stuff, they focused online, the simple way. Well, the next artist that we're going to get into is not like Carmen. He began his singing career in church, and he later joined a hip-hop group called Goody Mob. That was a great group back in the day. And he also did backup vocals for TLC's hit song, Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls. Great track. Also, he was a part of a duo called Gnarls Barkley, and their best-known song was Crazy from the debut album Saint Elsewhere. Can y'all guess what I'm talking about? Because with all that information, y'all probably thinking like, Brian Jew, I don't know what's going on. Well, it's CeeLo Green. So with no further ado, check it out. This is Cry Baby by CeeLo Green. That was Cry Baby by my man CeeLo Green. Now, you guys are familiar with CeeLo Green because he was on that show, The Voice, as a coach and a judge for a pretty long time. But guess what? He's not coming back for season 6. And guess who's taking his place in season 7? Pharrell Williams. Yes, I'm really looking forward to that. Now, Green's excited to work on his next album, and he is on tour with Lionel Richie right now as we speak. So good luck to him with all his endeavors. And that'd be, Lionel Richie and CeeLo Green on stage would be a great thing to see. I hope they can come to Seoul, Korea, because Lionel Richie, you got some fans up in South Korea. All right, with that said, we're going to go to some Twitter comments because we're blowing up. Earlier, I was talking about chemistry, and I was asking you guys if you had any good chemistry or bad chemistry, or if you can give us some knowledge about chemistry. So we have a few right now. BFF J Walker JJ Attic wrote, sometimes chemistry can develop among coworkers, so I guess it's possible. That's very true, because you might not know each other from the past. You start working with each other, and then you realize we get along so well. I know a lot of people who get into business, meetings and stuff like that, and end up going out. That's happened sometimes. Rhea Butler wrote, good morning, Brian G Music. My last live show to listen to in the U.S. Next time, I'll be listening from China. Well, thank you so much for tuning in every day from the States, and hope everything you do in China goes well for you. I'm pretty sure you're going there for either school or work, so hopefully, whatever you choose, whatever you do, everything goes smoothly for you. Also, Brian G Canada wrote, some people have chemistry, some don't. You can feel more connected to someone over time, but might not be romantic. That's very true. You can have chemistry between friends. You don't have to actually date. And chemistry doesn't always have to be about couples. We said that earlier. And Michelle Smith just wrote, chemistry is being so in tune with each other that you can finish each other's sentences. That's very true, too. Like best friends, when you're like, oh my gosh, did you go down the street yesterday? And you're like, oh my gosh, I was thinking the same thing. That's chemistry right there. You don't actually have to be in a relationship. Best friends can have chemistry. All right, another one we have is from Serena Chung, and she wrote, did you get pranked yesterday? I want to request Unbreakable by Westlife. Thanks. Well, I did not get pranked, luckily. I get pranked every year. I get tricked every year, but this year did not happen. And usually I like pranking as well, but I don't know. I felt like I had too much going on yesterday, so it wasn't like I had time or, I had creativity juices flowing to my head to, actually prank people. But those of you got pranked, too bad. Life goes on. Hopefully no one pranked you guys too severely because, some people can get carried away. I saw some of the pranks that people did on towards each other on Facebook and Twitter and all that. Sometimes it's not good to prank over the limits, y'all, Keep it rated PG. That's all I'm going to say. Anyways, we got the last song for you guys right now for the first half of our show before we get into the second half, of course, because today is Wednesday. Groovy Grooves of Brian Jew. Send in those requests. But for now, we have Eric Benet featuring Faith Evans with Georgie Porgy, requested by BFF J Walker, JJ Attic. Welcome back to the second half of What's Poppin'. This is your brother from another mother, Brian Jew, and it's now time for Groovy Grooves, a jazzy Jew, filled with smooth grooves of R&B and soulful music. So be sure to send your requests for your favorite R&B tracks and slow jams right now, y'all. Yes, now it's time for Groovy Grooves with Jazzy Jew. And you know how we do. We got that music for your soul set up for you guys right now. But before we play any songs for you guys, we want to, give you guys some knowledge on some R&B artists. And earlier today, we're talking about chemistry. And it seems like Miss Alicia Keys and Emily Sandé had the right chemistry as songwriters and as friends. Now, previously, Sandé co-wrote few songs on Keys' Girl on Fire album. And recently, she also tweeted that she was hanging out with Alicia Keys and they want to do more collaboration work in the near future. But for now, Keys is collaborating with Kendrick Lamar for a soundtrack for one of those superhero films. I'm not sure which one yet, but once we know, we'll update you guys via radio. Now it's time for the first song for Groovy Grooves. And the first song we're going to play for you guys is by an R&B group from the 1990s. They were put together by a local gospel choir director, and they're trained by a former gospel singer themselves. Now, they used to perform under the name Straightforward, but for commercial approach, they changed their group name to... Do y'all know? Yes, y'all probably don't know, especially from the 2000s, whatever. If y'all don't listen to the R&B tracks in the 90s, I'm talking about the group Next. Now, does that sound a little bit more commercial to you guys? Also, they also squeeze the word next in all their album titles, try to promote their name. Like the first album, Rated Next, and the second album was called Welcome to Nextasy. Ooh. And the last album is called The Next Episode. So, with me, I think, with album titles, because I can't come up with a lot of album titles for our group back in the day, too. It's not always the easiest thing, but when you have a name like Next, it's pretty easy to, just put it in the album name, title, whatever you call it, and just come up with your own title. Like, for me, our group was called Fly to the Sky. I can't be like, let's all fly to the sky. Fly to the sky with us. Sounds too Barney-ish. Sesame Street-esque. I don't want to sound like a kid. Anyways, Next is known for their hit singles, Too Close, Wifey, and I Still Love You. And today we're going to play, of course, Too Close, because a lot of people know the song. I want to hear the song. It's a great throwback. Check it out. This is Next, Too Close. What a great throwback song. That was Too Close by Next. It's a great song, and it's sad that they're not making albums anymore together. Now, after the third studio album, they kept working on their fourth album together, but then the members are going in and out of, the group due to disagreements on the direction of music and the sound that they wanted. Now, finally, two of the original members decided to go solo, their separate ways, of course, and the rest of the members are set to release the next album, and it's called The Next Chapter. Yes, that's some information on Too Close and Next for y'all right now. And we're blowing up on Twitter, so we can't miss this out. Maliana wrote, "Oh, this song brings back some memories. LOL, Next." Grin. Ebony wrote, "Wow, Next. I love this song from them. I haven't heard this song in a while." That's very true. This is one of those songs back in the day when you had like school dances, and all of a sudden you come on, you and your friends like, "Oh, this is my song." Yes, I ain't gonna lie. That's how old I am. Y'all probably thinking like, "Brian, we don't know this song." Well, that's what we're here to do. We're trying to educate y'all on the good songs from back in the day. The music for your soul. But anyways, moving on. We have a great young female vocalist for you guys set up right now. And her name is Ariana Grande. Now, her voice is very mature for her age. Of course, a lot of people compare it with Joss Stone or Adele. But Ariana's age is a less surprise. But I still have to say, she's very talented for her age. Now, she started her career when she was only 14 years old, and she played the role of Charlotte in the musical 13 on Broadway. Now, this role got her the National Youth Theater Association Award. That's a big achievement. Now, she just had a big breakthrough in the mainstream music industry just last year with her album, Yours Truly. So, we're going to play the song for you guys right now. This is called Almost Is Never Enough by Ariana Grande. What a great song by my man Neo, the acoustic version of Sexy Love. But guess what, y'all? That's all the time that we have today. And I know in some parts of the world, it's still April 1st. So you guys are lucky. You guys can still do your little pranks or joke around. Or even if you live on the part of the world like us, where it's April 2nd, maybe you can call somebody on the other side of the planet that's April 1st and still play some pranks. Try to be creative, but don't go too far. Anyways, we're earlier talking about wanting to be young again, wanting to be a kid again. So if you want to try and be young and feel like a kid, how about you make yourself go to bed early? Back in the day when your parents like, be in bed by 10 o'clock, lights out. Try that for once a week. And Also try to hang out with your friends like you did when you were a little kid. Because back in the day, we didn't have cell phones and all that good stuff and all that social networking. Try to meet each other face to face and do something active. The weather's great today, so go to the park, maybe play some frisbee, walk your dogs. Just try to go outside and have a face-to-face conversation with your best friends. And most importantly, don't forget to tune in tomorrow at 9:05 a.m. The last song for today's show is by Mr. Justin Timberlake, and the song is called Mirrors, requested by Ebony. And once again, this is your boy Brian Jew signing off. Peace.